a human being, not a human doing, right? People talk about that. It's not about your performance. And so if you take anything that could describe you, and you ask yourself, is your identity based on your performance in that area? Say mother, father, wife, friend, so many things, your skin color, your finances, your career, your hobbies, your children, your masculinity, your femininity, your faith, your prayer. Like, there's so many ways you could go with this. Your hobbies, and so if you take anything, your body shape, your health, if you take anything and you ask yourself, how am I basing any part of this on my performance? Most likely the answer is actually yes. And when you do that, as long as you are performing to your standard or somebody else's standard that you believe is important to you, you are acceptable to yourself. But the minute that your performance isn't good enough, whether that's your own evaluation of it or someone else's evaluation of your performance, then at that point, you're a human doing, really. And because you're judging and evaluating yourself on that performance, which is the knowledge of good and evil, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And so there's an evaluation that happens. And when the evaluation happens, there's always a not quite enough for the most part when you look at performance. And when that happens, there is shame that comes to your identity. And when shame comes, it creates self-hatred and contempt. And so the contempt can be towards the person who made you feel ashamed. So, but it can also usually always ends up towards yourself, because if this represents your identity and who you are right here, and then this piece of you isn't acceptable enough, it didn't do a good enough job, now you have to reject at the core who you are. And that's what shame does. It causes self-hatred. That's why it's the lowest vibrational frequency, and we don't realize how much shame is in our life towards parts of our identity.